You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White Sports fans, we're going to be talking about WNBA star Brittney Griner here in this video. As you guys know, Brittney Griner has been detained in Russia since late February on drug charges. And there's no sign at all that she will be released from a Russian jail anytime soon. However, there's been a lot of outrage out there about Brittney Griner being locked up in a Russian jail amid the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. Now, guys, there was some development today. The United States did a prisoner exchange with Russia, and Brittney Griner was not a part of that. And there is some outrage about this. So here we go. Check this out. U.S. exchanges prisoners with Russia amid Brittney Griner's detainment. Now, the person that they actually exchanged was a former Marine that was actually locked up since 2019 in a Russian jail. And I actually did a video on that when the whole Brittney Griner thing kind of went down. But check this out. After negotiating with Russia to release prisoners, the American government is facing public backlash for seemingly neglecting Brittney Griner, the WNBA star, who's still being held in the European country. According to the Associated Press, the U.S. traded a Marine veteran jailed in Moscow for a convicted Russian drug trafficker who was serving a long prison sentence in America. Trevor Reed, a U.S. citizen and former Marine, had been detained in Russia since 2019. Konstantin Yaroshenko, a Russian pilot, was serving a 20-year federal prison sentence in Connecticut for conspiracy to smuggle cocaine into the U.S. He was held in Liberia in 2010 and extradited to the U.S. The latest negotiation between the U.S. and Russia comes at a time where the European country continues to engage in war with Ukraine. Despite the war causing further divide between Russia and the U.S., the two countries worked out a deal to release the prisoners. Griner, as Blavivity previously reported, was detained at an airport in Russia on February 17th for allegedly being in possession of the THC latent drug hash oil. The 31-year-old entered a not guilty plea in a Russian court. If convicted, she could face up to 10 years in prison. Now, Trevor Reed is now back home. There's actually video out there of him arriving in the United States, and the U.S. sent a convicted drug trafficker back to Russia. And folks, there's outrage about this here. A lot of people are not happy with the Biden administration for not bringing Brittney Griner back to the United States. Now, it says here, Aaron Solomon JD, the chief legal analyst for Esquire Digital, told Blavivity that Reed's release is not an indication for Griner's possible release. Quote, is bad news for Brittney Griner, Solomon told Blavivity. The legal analyst referenced the case of Paul Whelan, the Michigan businessman who remains in a Russian labor camp, serving out a 16-year sentence after being charged with espionage, according to the Detroit Free Press. Paul Whelan has been detained in Russia for close to 4 years. While the Reed release is great news for him and his family, it's conceivable that Russia sees a superstar athlete as having much higher intrinsic value for them than a Marine. And let's be real, that he's probably right about this because nobody really knew Trevor Reed, but Brittney Griner in the sports world, a lot of people know her. And also she was making like $1 million a year playing in Russia. And Paul Whelan, honestly, I've never heard of this guy. But if you go over here to Twitter here, there's outrage here. You can see here, free hashtag Brittney Griner. They don't really care about us. At Joe Biden, ain't no way Trump got Kodak out. But you can't get Brittney Griner out That's crazy as fuck, Joe. Get her out of there. This next person says, what about Brittney Griner? U.S. is sending back to Russia a convicted drug smuggler, I should say, but Griner, an Olympic gold medalist who Russian authorities allege had a vape pen, still languishes in a Russian jail without due process. Hashtag free Brittney Griner. And you can see here, this is Trevor Reed actually re-entering the United States. This says here, State Department says release of Brittney Griner from Russia is a top priority. They just got to get all those white men free first. Oh my goodness. There you go. Now, if there was a prisoner for prisoner exchange with Russia, probably due to the nature of the high profile of Brittney Griner, maybe Russia wants many more Russian prisoners that are actually locked up in the United States. Now, I'm not an expert at all on any of this foreign policy when it comes to this kind of thing. I really don't know. I don't even know how talks actually really kind of got struck up on the prisoner exchange with Trevor Reed. I heard about his story, but I don't know much about the guy. I don't know if he actually did what he did or didn't, but they brought him back home, but they released a convicted drug smuggler from Russia. That was the deal. So what would it actually take to get Brittney Griner back home? I'm not really sure. Now, Trevor Reed was actually in Russia since 2019, so he was there for 3 years. Brittney Griner has been in a Russian jail for roughly 3 months, and that's about it. Maybe Russia is going to hold on to her for longer. I don't know. Or maybe they're going to wait until the whole entire legal process goes through. Did she do what she did? I don't know. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm not an expert in all of this international political stuff whatsoever. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans. Brittney Griner is still locked up in prison, or in jail, I should say, in Russia. I believe her next hearing is going to be next month in May. We'll have to see what happens. But people are not very happy with America, the U.S., the Biden administration for not actually bringing Brittney Griner back. And apparently they're not happy with also releasing a Russian drug smuggler as well, while Brittney Griner is still locked up in a Russian jail. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.